Hello and welcome to another episode of The Average EV. Do you have a GM product and you're trying to get an update but it doesn't work for some reason and you don't know what's going on? Well, go ahead, watch this video and hopefully I can help you get your update going and get your car on the latest version of the software. Let's get into it. All right, everybody. So the beauty of electric vehicles, and I guess this could be true of gas vehicles if they wanted to be, they can have software and it can be updated over the air. You don't have to go into a dealer and things can be fixed without having to be inconvenienced. Tesla made this mainstream by doing it first and providing really good experiences for their drivers, and now a lot of manufacturers are catching up. GM is one of them, and in my opinion, based on my experience, for the most part, GM is actually doing a pretty good job with their updates, rolling them out with pretty good frequency and providing good updates for their customers. However, there have been a couple issues. I've seen them in forums, I've had them myself, and I'm going to kind of show you a couple of troubleshooting things to do when you're getting an update, or just a couple, I guess, warnings, if you will, so that you're not, you don't make a rash decision when you're in the middle of an update. So one of the most common update issues is just like it doesn't seem to download at all, or it doesn't seem to go, if you will. And what I found to fix it for the most part is to not connect to Wi-Fi. Now, when you get the car, you're like going through setting everything up. You set up the Wi-Fi because you're like, that's a good idea because I'd rather use my home internet because it's faster. And then for some reason, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to work on the Wi-Fi. Maybe people have had luck with Wi-Fi, but I've had updates fail and fail and fail and fail, and then I turn off the Wi-Fi and it worked immediately. So let me show you all how you can do that, and then hopefully that will work for you. All right, so in your infotainment, go to Setting, go to Connections, and then you're gonna go to Wi-Fi Networks, and then you're just gonna click Option, and well, it'll say down here like disconnect or something like that. Just disconnect, and that's it, and it should work. Yeah, so that's a pretty easy fix. That has worked for me several times. I don't know if you all have ever seen Nebula pop up on the internet, but Nebula's recommended that to a lot of people too, and it seems to help them as well. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the time and just show you all the update menu, explain a couple things. I don't have footage of everything, unfortunately, but hopefully you all can conceptualize what's going on. So if you don't know how to get there, go to Settings, go down to Updates, and this is where all the update stuff is going to happen. Under Preferences, you can have options here. Download updates in background. Yes, you want to have that on. Download updates via Wi-Fi when available. Have that off. Have that off. Then you go to Updates in History. These are all the updates I've had. So look at that. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 updates. In my ID4, we've had 2, and we've owned it for almost twice as long. So you can see kind of the difference there. I'm not going to click on everyone, but say you click on this, it shows you the release details. They are kind of vague, if I'm being honest. Some of them I've tested and I don't seem to notice a difference, but let me see. I did notice a difference with one pedal driving. And what's another one? And at least with this one, they actually kind of overhauled the UI, so they made things look a little bit nicer on a couple changes here or there. So it is nice to have these updates popping up. So if your car is downloading an update, it'll actually show above installed. So above this bar that says installed, you'll see the update. It'll look like this, and it'll have a progress bar, and it will be downloaded. You can click on it, and you can see the progress that's going on. When I got this update, it was at 66% for a pretty long time, and someone recommended to me to leave the car on. I tried it. I can neither confirm nor deny whether that led to the success of the update finishing, but the update did finish pretty much. I had an appointment, so I left my car on. I went in, I came back. It still was stuck at 66%. I drove home, I parked, and it was done. So is there a correlation? Maybe, but I can't claim causation for sure. But anyways, that is something you could try, just leaving your car on. So once you eventually get your updates to download, you should just click start and it should work. The Wi-Fi fix I talked about earlier, that would, when you're actually trying to install an update, that's when I would also have the Wi-Fi turned off, or I just never have the Wi-Fi on. That's my personal opinion. And that seems to work for me. If anyone else has any of their tricks, go ahead, leave them down below. But those have been at least the two things that I've done that have seemed to help with updates when I've been having some minor issues. But really, I haven't had, since there's an update that was supposed to help with updates, I really haven't had that many issues. Maybe some of you have had the same positive experience as me. Maybe you haven't. Now, if you are like absolutely like you're not receiving updates, or like you're trying to update and it fails and fails and fails and fails, it's always worth either take it into a dealer. Sometimes depending upon your dealer, they're either receptive or not to EVs, or calling the EV concierge. The EV concierge can see what's going on, and then they can maybe help be a liaison to a dealer so that they will get the update installed. Now again, these OTAs for me have been working, but if you are like really getting frustrated and it's not working for you, just take it to the dealer. That's what they're supposed to be there for. They're supposed to be there for the customer, and hopefully they can get things fixed for you. The last thing I want to say isn't necessarily about like getting updates to work or not, but some people, I see this a lot on forums, talk about like, I've had this car for 7 months and I haven't gotten an update. I'm going to be honest. Let me go and I'll show everybody, and I'll put it on screen too. I went from April 4th to October 21st. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I went 6 months without an update. And I thought something was wrong, and nothing was wrong. It just took a while. I don't exactly know how they roll out the updates. I think it has something to do with the VIN. I'm not really 100% sure. If you're 100% sure, put that in the comments down below. But regardless, it can take a while for the updates to roll out. So just be patient. I would say if it's like a year, and you're like seeing people get updates and you haven't gotten it, it's probably an issue. But I waited 6 months and it eventually worked for me. So just be patient. Technology sometimes is not our best friend, but hopefully that won't happen and you'll get your update super fast. I know right now I'm actually waiting on an update, 654.2 or 4. I don't know. It's supposed to do something with the Android, going from Android 12 to Android 14. So, or maybe I'm wrong. I may have gotten the number wrong, but it's definitely supposed to be with Android updating it to Android 14. Okay. All right, so that's all I have here with how to troubleshoot updates that aren't working for you. Again, I have had very little issue, only a couple, and I gave you all my tips. If anybody else has any other good tips, leave them down below. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, please remember to give a like, a subscribe, hit that hype button, and I'll catch you all next time.